Okay, so today let's talk about sex after postpartum. Yeah, I reckon that there are lots of questions that comes up, you know, when the mother just puts to bed. And today I want to address those questions that are in your mind about sex, especially maybe if you are trying for a baby, or maybe you're thinking about when you are going to deliver, how it might be, or when maybe now that you're currently pregnant and you're wondering how is it going to be, what are the things that are going to happen. Will I be able to get back my routine sex? When can I begin sex again? Sometimes you're not even thinking about it. But guess what? You experience it. You will experience it. And I think it's important that we share some of the reality and outcomes that might happen when you are postpartum and you are about to resume your sex life. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. When you like and engage on this post, YouTube will show it to a lot more of other people so that they can benefit from the value that I'm giving. So if you are watching and watching alone, that means you are the only one getting the value. And guess what? We can't be able to solve the problem that I am looking forward to solving, which is social vices in our world today through our family units and the likes. So please share this video, engage on it, drop me a comment, drop me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and so we can connect in our community. We're called Might Stars Community. That's what we're called. I don't like to say this thing, but that's what we're called. So number one, if you've ever wondered that, what's going to happen, or if you've ever asked yourself, maybe say you are postpartum currently now, you just maybe say gave birth to a child 2 weeks ago, and you're asking, when is the appropriate time to go back to having sex? No very accurate answer for that question, to be frank. I think it's only fair you give your body some time to heal, between 4 to 6 weeks. And when you feel that it's all right for you, jump back at it and give yourself the fun. Enjoy yourself and go back at it if you find that you've healed enough. And what I think is that the appropriate timing is between 4 to 6 weeks. That way your body has healed a bit, you've recovered a bit, and then you can jump back at it. And then if you're wondering, this one is quite tricky. If you're wondering, will it still be the same? I know some people run away from vaginal delivery, run away from episiotomy, and rather stick both. I know some people option for elective CS because they are worried that that organ or that part of our body might not be the same again or something. And sometimes there are genuine questions about, is this going to still feel the same compared to when I was pregnant, when I didn't deliver? If you ask me, I will give you my genuine answer. First of all, I've never given birth before, so I'm only going to talk from the perspective of what I have experienced from the women that we've provided care for. And I'm also going to talk from the experiences, what I have learned over the years. And that answer is going to be that no one knows if it's going to be the same or not. Because really, the reason why we don't know is because nobody's body is the same. We all have different bodies. We all react to things differently. I know someone who delivered through, had a vaginal delivery and had episiotomy and went back to having sex, and it was difficult. It was so difficult. There was difficult penetration. She literally felt like it was not flesh anymore in that part and all. So your body is different. I know other people who just jump back and go back to regular having sex, and it's quite easy for the transitioning and all. So nobody knows for a fact how it is going to be. But I think in the grand scheme of things, you may have to look at communicating with your partner to understand what is going on, because sometimes I think communication is usually key when it has to do with sexual activities. It's key, and it's important, because if say there's a case of trying to achieve penetration and it's difficult, then your partner may have to say it, and you have to say, oh, that it's difficult. You have to talk about it. You have to express that, oh, can we give our body some more time? And what can you do? What can I do to make it less painful immediately after? I think that when it has to do with that question, we also have to consider the timing. So you must give your body time to heal. And apart from the timing, try using lubricants. Try making sure that you give yourself a lot of um soft things that makes it easy. I don't know really, because it's a very tricky question and it's scary really to think about it. But I think generally when we are approaching that stage, these questions come on, and it's important that we talk about it. So you must consider communication with your partner. You must consider using a lot of lubricant. You must give your body time to heal. And you must understand that no two bodies are the same and your body is different from every other person's own. You might heal faster, another person might heal slowly, another person might, just get on well. Some other people might have to take a bit more time. But in the grand scheme of things, guys, time is a huge factor here. Now, this brings me to the last Obonge question that actually prompted, and this was the reason why I made this video, because I kind of saw the question somewhere. I saw it somewhere, and it was weird, because when I saw the question, I was like, I need to answer, and I dropped that response. I thought that I might as well share it with my audience. This is the question. Someone asked, and the person said, can I have sex with my partner after delivering? That's postpartum sex, and the baby would be in the same room with us. Guys, come and help me answer this question. Can I have sex with my partner and the baby is in the room? Maybe not. I think the person didn't mean maybe the baby is lying on the same bed. Maybe the baby is in his or her cot, something. But there was that question, and the concern was that, what if we are having sex and the baby is probably affected, or the baby is hearing and all? And this was my response. Because I can never understand it. I don't understand. So all the times that you were having sex on the baby, when the baby was in your stomach, it was not, I don't understand, the baby was not hearing it. I mean, the baby was not hearing it. All the time that you were banging on the baby's head, the baby was not hearing it. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If I want to answer the question, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't know that there's anything wrong with it, because thinking about it, back in the days, how did our parents used to do it? Our grandparents back then, how did they do it back in the days when they used to share one room, and there was congee back then? How did they used to do it? How? So why is it at this time and age, a lot of things that are not supposed to be a thing of concern? Obviously, I don't discredit people's concerns. If you have concerns, they're valid, and you should come out and ask those questions. But I think that it's not a problem. I don't think it's a problem that you're 1 month old, that you're 2 weeks old, is lying peacefully. I feel like as long as you have a cut and you're not going to press the baby's head or the baby's leg, please, with all pleasure, enjoy yourself. You guys need that time together. And yeah, I do understand that. Obviously, I said it might take 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks to heal. Maybe by that time you feel like, oh, your baby's already growing. Yes, whilst your baby can pick up things that are happening in the environment, I personally feel like it's not a problem. And even if I once listened to a lady who shared a story about her 7-year-old walking into her having sex with she and the husband having sex, and she didn't not talk about it. She didn't decide, oh, I'm not going to talk about it. The daughter walked into them and then ran away. Like, how you bump into someone and like, oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Then she runs away, and then you know what she does? She calls her back. No, come back. And they stop the sex. They covered up obviously, but they didn't dress up. Maybe under the duvet, and they explained to her what just happened. That me and your dad were just having consensual sex. We're partners. We're married. We love ourselves, and sex is a way of, connecting with ourselves. She have spent that time explaining to her 7-year-old that this is okay. It is not wrong as long as it is in this kind of setting, and it is okay for people to have sex. Sex is not something that is just extinct there that you have to be going to go and look for, or you have to go and be thinking that in your head, oh, it's one big thing. We had sex. You walked in on us by mistake. It happens when couples meet together and they talk, and she just tried to explain everything to her. And I think, in all fairness, I think we should, as a society, begin to have sex conversations a lot more and not make it look as if though it's something. I think obviously, as long as we're having that sex conversation, I know it's a tricky topic, in a healthy way, in a way that we're not robbing the child of their innocence, of allowing them to be innocent and allowing them to be kids. As long as you are having that conversation in the right ground, and which makes me talk about the fact that parents must always seize opportunity to raise and to parent. So I'm sure she wouldn't have had to raise that conversation if the child didn't work in on them. But I believe that a 7-year-old who walks in on you, I remember that at 7, I already knew, I didn't know what sex was, obviously. I didn't know how children came out. I wasn't thinking about it. But obviously, a 7-year-old probably meets a boy and then like, oh, I like the boy. You just remember my 5-year-old needs to be saying, oh, my 5-year-old cousin will be saying, oh, there's a boy in my class I like. So those things are there. I think we should be more vocal about and not stop making it look as though it's impossible about those things happening. I think it's only fair if we bring down the noise that we create around sex and talk more about it. Let children know that this thing is a part of life, but it can only be okay in these settings. I think it's only fair that we do that. And I only answered these questions because I wanted to share this. And if you don't have our parenting guide, I'll pin it in the description of my YouTube page if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching it on Instagram, you go to the link in our bio, you'll find a link there that will take you to be able to purchase our parenting guide, which is Understanding Child Care. That book literally addresses some situations and scenarios on how you can take advantage of scenarios and situations, especially when your child is throwing a tantrum, to parent without fear. If you're not sure of what to say, if you're not sure of how to approach a particular situation. So it paints a picture of those situations and tells you how to deal with those situations and helps you set out yourself for those scenarios so that you can parent in a healthy way. So you can parent with boldness, so that you can parent from a place of ease, that calmness, so that you're not taken unawares with the needs and demands of parenting. You get what I mean? So yes, that's what that book would do for you. If you have watched until this time, that means this video has given you value. I used to forget to say this thing. So please give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Share the video. Like it. Subscribe to my channel. It makes it easy for other people to see this kind of content. So if you engage on this content, it makes it easy for other people to see this content. I hope you find value. Remember to check the description or check the description to find a link to purchase any of our resources. Until I come your way again, I'll see you on the next, where I'll be sharing more tips with you. Bye.